Hi everyone, my name is Sulekh and welcome to the latest video on my YouTube channel Tabla Works. Now in this video we're going to be learning how to play the tabla composition Tukra. Now Tukra literally means a piece. It's a set composition where the notes are fixed and then those notes are replicated exactly as spoken on the tabla. Now the important thing about Tukra is that it must end in a composition played 3 times, known as Tihai. And the Tihai is built into the Tukra. This particular Tukra is played in Tintal, which means it's played in 16 beats. Let's go and have a look at the notes or the ball of this particular Tukra. So first of all, we're going to learn how to speak the ball or the notes of this Tukra. So the notes go like this. Dhati, 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 dhati rakita taka tati rakita taka tirakita taka tati rakita dhati dha, dhati dha, dhati dha. But how, may you ask, are those notes related to the time cycle? Well, we know already that it fits into Tintal, so it must fit into 16 beats. So now I'm going to demonstrate exactly those ball inside the 16 beat cycle. So it goes like this. And remember, Tintal has 3 tali or 3 claps and 1 kali or 1 empty of clap, which is of course on the 9th beat. So let's demonstrate how to speak that particular Tukra within the cycle of 16 beats or Tintal. So it goes like this. Dhati, 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 dhati rakita taka tati rakita taka tirakita taka tati rakita dhati dha, dhati dha, dhati dha. Did you get the bit at the end, which is the Tihai, the part that, or the phrase that's repeated 3 times? Yeah, many of you may have got it. It's basically dhati dha, dhati dha, dhati dha. And that satisfied one of the most important rules of Tukra, which is that it must end in a Tihai. Let's see if we can speak it again and see if you can notice the ending point. So, dhati, 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 dhati rakita taka tati rakita taka tirakita taka tati rakita dhati dha, dhati dha, dhati dha. So those are the ball of this particular Tukra, and of course if we were to speak it slightly faster, it would go something like this. Dhati, 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 dhati rakita taka tati rakita taka tirakita taka tati rakita dhati dha, dhati dha, dhati dha. So you can notice that because we've increased the lay or the tempo, of course we have to then increase the speed at which we then speak the Tukra. So for example, if the lay's increased again, or the tempo's increased again, so does the speed of the Tukra need to be spoken faster, to be in the same ratio as the speed that is now the lay. So let me demonstrate that. So if I'm now got an increased lay, it would be dhati, 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 dha, terikita taka ta, terikita taka terikita taka ta, terikita dhati dha, dhati dha, dhati dha. Notice also in the Tukra when I speak it, how I'm trying to emphasize certain parts. Most importantly, the sum point or the end of the cycle. Okay? Have a listen again. Dhati, 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 dha, terikita taka ta, terikita taka terikita taka ta, terikita dhati dha, dhati dha, dhati dha. You can see how the end point is emphasized. It's kind of the point at which the Tukra reaches its crescendo. And that needs to be demonstrated when we play the Tukra, or when we try to demonstrate or reflect the way in which the ball is spoken and the way that it's then demonstrated and reflected in terms of sound on the tabla. So let's now do the interesting bit, which is see how we reflect exactly the way that we've spoken that particular Tukra on the tabla. So we've now spoken the particular ball of the Tukra. Let's now see how we play it. Okay, so for that I'm going to need the lera, and I'm going to set the lera particularly slow, so those of you who are beginners or beginners just moving into intermediate level who maybe perhaps are learning Tukra for the very first time will be able to get an idea of how Tukra is played quite slowly, so you can see how the notes are played individually, and then maybe have a go yourself at home or in your own space. So I'm going to set the lera at 120 beats per minute, which is actually quite or reasonably slow for the Tintal cycle, especially when we're presenting a composition like a Tukra. So just setting the tempo, playing the Tintal cycle, getting used to the speed of the lera, and then da di 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 da da di da da di da. Once more, and da di 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 da da di da da di da di da da. Again, da di 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 da da di da da di da. And without speaking, and finally, so I hope you can see there how the Tukra is spoken and then demonstrated exactly as spoken on the tabla. I also did it there, as you notice, without speaking it, so you can see how exactly the notes are played when we don't speak the Tukra. Let's now look at how the Tukra would sound when we play slightly faster or when we increase the tempo. So we've already seen how the Tukra is played at 120 beats per minute. Let's look now at how exactly the same Tukra will be played at 170 beats per minute. It's speaking. Once more. Without speaking. Once more. So you can see exactly there how the Tukra has to be played relative to the tempo. Let's really increase that tempo now to 220 beats per minute and then see how our Tukra sounds. So the same Tukra now, played in the Tintal cycle at a tempo of 220 beats per minute. So there you have it, the Tukra played in different tempos, first spoken and then played in 120 beats per minute, 170 beats per minute, and then finally, just as you've seen, in 220 beats per minute. Well, I really hope you enjoyed my video on learning how to play Tukra. Don't forget, if you're an absolute beginner and you want to know how to play the notes, how to play some simple starter compositions, some really nice rhythms to get you going in playing tabla, then don't forget to download my tabla course. That's at www.tabla.co.uk. Also, you can follow me at Sulekh on Twitter, and feel free to like the Facebook page as well, Tabla Works, where I do useful tips and techniques on my own videos here, and also on other videos that are useful for learning how to play the tabla. I hope you enjoyed part 1. This part is about playing the particular Tukra. I'm also going to do a part 2 as well, which will be about how we convert Tukra into a Chakradhar Tukra. And a Chakradhar Tukra is a Tukra played 3 times that also ends up on the first beat of the cycle. So that's going to be in part 2, and I'll look forward to seeing you then.